Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing this makeup look. So if you want to see how I got it, then keep watching. So first I'll be applying my foundation. I'll be applying it with my Beauty Sponge by Real Techniques and Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Seashell. I like to really pat it into my skin and let it really absorb in. I don't like to use rubbing techniques, more patting technique until I feel like it's all blended. So next I will be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair. This is a little bit light for my skin tone, but what I like about it is that it blends really well. There's really good coverage, and having a little bit of a lighter shade underneath your eyes really brightens it up. Next, I'll be using my Airspun powder. This is just a translucent powder that I have used for years. It smells so good, and I'm just going to pat that underneath my eye just to set everything, and I'll also just set where I put that concealer. Next, I'll be using my Anastasia brow pencil. This is in the shade Taupe, and I'm just filling in my brows as I normally do. I kind of try to keep them a bit natural, but since they are a bit sparse, this really just helps to make them look polished and refined. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using my Glam palette by Morphe and Manny Mua, and I'm going to be starting with the color Gementa, which is this beautiful purpley pink magenta type color. And I'm going to be applying that with my Sigma Tapered Blending E35 brush. This is a little bit of a big brush for this. You can kind of use a flat brush to press it onto your lids, but I'm applying it just on my lids and getting a really bold color to start with. Next, I'm going to be taking the same palette and taking this color Howl, which is a dark brown shade, and my Morphe M433 brush, which is a little bit more of a flat brush, and I'm going to be applying it right into my crease to give my eyes a little bit more dimension. Then next I'm going to go back in with my Sigma Tapered Blending brush that I used for the very first step, and I'm going to take the color Cancer, which is a beautiful shimmery dark purple shade, and I'm going to apply that in the outer V, really blending the colors together and creating kind of a consistent color. Then I just put a little bit more of the Gementa color, the first one, on my brush, and I'm just patting that over the top of everything just to give it a little bit more color, because as we blended it kind of faded out, so this will give it that pop that it needs. This is definitely not the right brush for this, but it's what I had and I'll make it work. But I'm taking the Gementa color and I'm going to bring it all down on my lower lash line. I'm kind of emphasizing it into a cat eye shape on the side, blending it upwards because I am going to add winged liner right after this. So I decided that this eye look was going a little bit more pink than purple, so I decided to go with it, and I'm adding a little bit more color from my Becca Cosmetics Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm using the color Rose Spritz, which is actually a blush, and I'm putting that on the inner V of my eye, which is giving it a bit of shimmer. Then I'm going to be taking Prosecco Pop, which is a highlighter shade, and putting that in my tear duct so that it gives a little bit of shimmer and gives the effect that my eyes are a bit more open. Following this step, I'm going to be applying a little bit more of my Airspun loose face powder underneath my eyes, and you will see why in a minute. I will explain this. It is an awesome, awesome tip. Next, I'm going to be using my Kat Von D tattoo liner to create a bold cat eye. Next, I'll be applying mascara. I'm using the Honest Beauty mascara. This is one of my top favorites right now. If you guys have not tried it, I highly recommend it. It is high up there on my list with the Better Than Sex mascara for sure. And to go back to when I put the powder underneath my eyes again, what this does is it creates a barrier. I don't know about you, but whenever I put mascara on my lower lash line, it always transfers onto my skin. So by putting the powder under there, it creates a barrier so that the mascara will not transfer, and then it'll dry and you'll be good to go. Next, I will be applying my Hoola bronzer. I love this bronzer. It's been a top fave of mine forever, and I'm going to just be applying it with the brush that it comes with. I find that the brush is really good to kind of create that contour look. It's a flat brush, so you can kind of get into the angles if you want. And then I go and I use the Morphe S22 brush to blend it all in, or sometimes if I want a more subtle bronze look, I'll also blend it with a beauty blender. Next, we're going to take the Becca Cosmetics Jaclyn Hill palette again and use the same color that we used on our eyes, Rose Spritz, and use it for its regular purpose, blush, and we're going to put that on our cheekbones. I love this shade of blush. It's so beautiful, and it also gives a luminous sheen to it because it has a little shimmer in it. I don't love a bold blush look, so I always go back in with a sponge and kind of blend it down a little bit. So next I'm going to go in with this Italia lip liner in the shade Natural Beige. I love doing a lip liner underneath a lipstick or even a gloss. I just think it provides such a great base for your lipstick and it makes it last so much longer. On top of the lip liner, I'm going to be putting on the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Prague. If you've never used their lip creams, the texture is just so amazing. I love it so much. Next is my holy grail product, the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. If you do not finish your makeup look with a setting mist, you need to try it. It lasts all day long, keeps your makeup in place, and is just so amazing. So this is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed that tutorial, and I will see you all in my next video.